This is pretty much my basic go-to foundation routine. First I just take a little hand sanitizer, clean my hands off before I start dipping into any products or anything. And the first thing I do is I conceal my under eye circles, and right now I'm using Benefit Erase Paste, which is a salmon-y colored one like that. And sometimes I dip my finger in, but my nail's on the longer side, so I'm just going to take a fluffy domed brush, dip into product, and hit under my eyes in this really dark crevice, sweeping it outward. This concealer is really good for brightening. I find that sort of peachy, salmon-y color ones work really good for brightening your under eye area up just a little bit. Now, while I love this concealer, I love how it covers, I love how it brightens, it does get a little creasy if you don't set it. So I'm just going to take Bareminerals. Sorry, I got it the wrong way there. Focus. Bareminerals Bisque. I wanted Summer Bisque in this, but they were out of it when I bought it, and I'm just gonna tap it and just get a little bit of flakes into it. And I'm taking my Real Techniques setting brush. The previous brush was a concealer brush from Sephora in the number 57. And I'm just tapping and patting on top of that concealer. Just setting that so that it doesn't crease into my under eye or anything, because that look is obviously not attractive. And that's pretty much all I do with concealer. If I'm having a bad face day or something, I'll go in with more, but it's usually a different concealer. Sometimes I'll use that and I'll top it with Bisque because it does work really well. Almost dropped my cap there. I'm taking my favorite primer, my Urban Decay Pore Perfection, which I'm pretty much almost out of in this tube. I have another one waiting to go, but I want to finish this one off, obviously. And I just squeeze about that much product onto it. And I have it all over my face. Just like that, spreading it out. This gives you a really, really flawless canvas. It's very silky, very smooth. It's pretty much my favorite go-to primer. And I've tried a lot. Just shaking up my foundation. This is pretty much my favorite go-to foundation. My Naked Skin from Urban Decay. And I'm taking a metal MAC palette, just any palette, and I'm squeezing about 3/4 of a pump to a full pump. Let's see, can you see that there? Bring that in. I don't want it to run off because this is a very runny foundation. I just took the little excess and just did that. Then I dip in and I sort of pat on. I just run my finger over my neck to get any excess. There's still some on this, obviously. And then take my Expert Face brush from Real Techniques and just sort of hit in a stippling, patting, sometimes a little circular. Pretty much whatever works for that area. And I really just blend that in. Sorry if you couldn't see that. I'm looking at the mirror. I've tried to get the mirror set up so that it's good with the screen. And I just go back in. Anywhere that I need more coverage. which is typically the cheeks, because I have a lot of redness and pigmentation in my cheeks. Hitting around the nose. And hitting my forehead with some more. I'm taking what's left and I'm just hitting my jawline. And blend it down. This foundation is pretty much a perfect match, but I like to carry it down so that there's no weirdness or any weird lines or anything. You know, in case I happen to be a little lighter or a little darker. And that's pretty much what I do for the foundation. It's all gone. The last step in my pretty much go-to face is a little setting powder. My current one that I'm using is MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation and NC40. And I'm just using the same brush, and I'm just patting that over anywhere that I want a little coverage. Or a little more, yeah, a little more coverage, or anywhere that I know that I might get a little oily or anything. T-zone cheeks, just really set it in. And that's pretty much my go-to basic face. This foundation you don't necessarily have to set. I've worn it set and not set, and I get about the same wear. So I just like to hit it with a little bit. Using this NC40 makes it a little more depth. It's not as pale or stark. And, you know, depending on what else I do on my face, I'll, you know, use a little bit of different bronzer or a different blush. But this is pretty much my go-to face foundation routine, so there you have it.